What is going on, everybody? It's been a while since the last video. There's been a lot of exciting things going on, so much so that I just had to make another one. Now, firstly, Famitsu just reviewed Sonic Forces, I think today or around yesterday, and it has received 3 9s and 1 8. Now, the way Famitsu reviews games, they assign 4 people to play the same game and asked them to score the game based on a number out of 10. Now, 3 of the candidates rated Sonic Forces a 9. Now, that's already 3 9s in my opinion, but altogether it rounds up to 35. So 3 9s and 1 8. I've also heard that Famitsu is kind of lenient with Sonic games or just certain titles, and some people are saying that they've also rated Sonic 06 a 30. Now, here's the thing about 06. It was buggy and there were plenty of problems with it, but I don't think it was completely terrible. I enjoyed the story, but here's the kicker. It doesn't matter that they gave Sonic 06 a 30. It's the fact that even though this game received a 35, which is 4 points below Mario Odyssey, by the way, people are still excusing it. If they gave 06 a 30, then you can discount every game that they've reviewed. It's the same with IGN. They gave Resident Evil 7 a 7 out of 10. I thought the game had no problems, but still, IGN has done some weird things with their reviews, and so has countless other reviewers, movie reviewers, book reviewers, anything. But these 4 candidates rated it a 35 out of 40. Now that's impressive. That actually gets me even more excited. Not that I care about reviews, I would have probably liked the game anyway, but the fact that 4 people sat down and all agreed that this game was at least an 8. An 8 is a very good score. But looking through the comments, there were some people saying, you know, they gave 06 this, and I saw someone live stream it, and the game is just not good. And also, I played it. Now, this person says that they've played it, but the only thing Sonic Forces related that recently came out was the 1-minute demo. You barely played it. Now, I think the reason why Sega did the 1-minute demo time limit is because, firstly, people were just going to rip the song from the stage. It's strange, but that's part of their sales pitch for Sonic Forces, the music. Now, secondly, I think it's kind of hater-proof, making it 1 minute. They know there's a lot of hate out there, and they know that people are just insulting their game for no good reason, just basing it on reputation or association. Even though these directors have worked on bad games, they've also worked on good games, like the director of The Black Knight also worked on Colors and Lost Worlds. But he was also part of the team that made Secret Rings. Now, that one had Dark Spine Sonic, if you remember. That's like the most badass Sonic there is. And also, the game wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. Besides those, he was a part of Sonic Adventure 2, and that is arguably the best 3D version of Sonic there is at this point. So my point is, everybody makes mistakes. This director has made a mistake, and the director of 06, yes, he made a mistake. But the thing is, it's not only his fault. It's everyone on that team. He could have been working with a difficult team. Stuff happens, guys. And you can't just say, this person did something bad, I'm never going to trust them. That's actually, I believe that's insane. You shouldn't discredit everything that director has done right. Even though he's made 06. And 06 had very good level design. I remember looking through the development of that game before I got it, and the team was trying to figure out how to make Sonic not only in a 3D world, but also in a new console. The 360 just recently came out, and they were trying to figure out how to work with that system, let alone get Sonic back in a 3D world. And the most amazing thing about this situation, besides everything else, is that Sega just took all the hate and they just waited. Sega just shrugged it off, and they shrugged off all the hate, and they're just waiting. They're just waiting for the release date and to show people that it's actually worth the wait. Beyond opinion, beyond preconceived notions, it's actually worth it. And these 4 reviews have proved that the game is worth waiting for. Now, like I said, Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces groups took notes from each other. So some of the move sets that you see and some of the items you see in Mania are going to be in Forces. The 2 groups collaborated, and that's enough reason to have confidence in the Forces team's direction. Now let's talk about that 1 hour live stream. Now, there's not going to be any spoilers, don't worry about it. But there are tons and tons of leaks coming out for Sonic Forces. There's the full original soundtrack. There is a list of all the stages, all the bosses, and all the cutscenes on YouTube. So in this 1 hour live stream, I saw probably half an hour just to put some of my doubts to rest, because I can't lie. Even though I'm hyped for it, I still have my doubts. I'm still realistic. At some point, I accepted the fact that this game will be a 7 out of 10. And even if it is, I've enjoyed Sonic games that are 7 out of 10s. I've enjoyed Sonic Heroes. I've enjoyed Shadow the Hedgehog. So I just had to see this 1 hour live stream. And everything about it impressed me. It looked like it was restricting Sonic's movements for a reason. Now, if you want to make a 3D Sonic platformer work, you have to make sacrifices. Letting Sonic move around too much will have the game end up like Sonic Adventure, where you're getting stuck in walls, tripping over everything, and having him not move enough will have the game end up like Sonic and the Black Knight. This team seems to have found the perfect blend of restriction and freedom. And I think that's commendable. And the person that was live streaming seemed to be having a blast with it. He was actually impressed. At some point, quote unquote, he said, "I literally cannot react to anything I've just seen because I'm so blown away." Those were his words. The first time you see modern Sonic, no spoilers, he was floored. And the stage design, he liked it. He said it almost looks too good. So you guys don't have to worry about the stage design or the graphics, especially the graphics for the Switch. Now in handheld mode, the graphics are downgraded, but once you dock it, it looks very similar to the PS4 and Xbox One versions. So if you plan on getting the game for the Switch, there's that. So I've also heard that the game is going to be kind of long, around 13 hours, and that's not counting the side missions. There are also something called daily missions, which will be updated over time, and it'll all be free, including the Shadow the Hedgehog DLC. Everything's going to be free. Now, there was a specific count for how many stages there are in the game, and I have to say, that number is impressive. I haven't seen that amount of stages ever in a Sonic game. So all of the stages aren't going to be devoted to just modern Sonic or classic Sonic. They're going to be divided between the three. So that could explain why there's a lot. That's still a lot of stages per character. Don't forget, guys, Sonic Forces is coming out November 7th, and so far, it's one of the best reviewed Sonic games in years. And I'm very excited to say that. And besides that, there's some extra news, pretty much old news, but I wanted to talk about it. Firstly, there's going to be a Sonic movie. It's crazy because when I was probably 9, I dreamt about a live-action / CGI Sonic movie, and people were just comparing it to Alvin and the Chipmunks. Before that movie came out, I thought that was a good idea to have CGI and live-action together, and it seemed like a natural thing to do, especially with Sonic. And I'm just excited about it, and I also believe I have psychic powers because of it. You know, it's still exciting. Even though all of this is good, Sonic still has his past, and unfortunately we cannot change all the bad games that came out in the past 8 years or so. But the thing is, the games weren't completely bad, and the reason for them being bad is probably Sonic's fault. Now, just like another YouTuber said, most game designers don't want to make a fast game. They don't want the game to be over so quickly. They want at least 10 hours, and that's what we've gotten with these Sonic games. Now, these games were called bad because those hours were filled with something besides Sonic, and the thing is, it had to be filled with that much. Those games weren't completely bad, and if they were bad for a reason, to extend the gameplay. Just like how the Werehog was meant to have a balance and to get you to play the game longer. They're not just something they shoehorned in like classic Sonic or the 2D gameplay in Sonic Colors just to make you suffer or just to give you something that you don't want. It's put in there to let you savor the game and to really let you appreciate all of its elements. Like with Silver from 06, that was actually fun gameplay. I enjoyed that. All of these different teams in 06 and Unleashed, they're made just to flesh it out, to build upon the world that you see in the Sonic games. And I appreciated that. Personally, I appreciated all those characters. I appreciated Tails and his mech. I appreciated the dark side of it, Dr. Robotnik. And his past is his past. Just accept it for what it is. There are some parts of it that you might not want, but some might want it. Just because some reviewers didn't like it doesn't mean that some won't. Like with Famitsu in '06, they could have enjoyed the silver stages and all of the other character stages. I enjoyed those. I enjoyed taking a break from being Sonic. I enjoyed not having a 1 minute and 30-second stage, actually sitting there figuring out a puzzle. When I played as Knuckles, Rouge the Bat, I enjoyed those stages. I got to see how well it was constructed, how amazing the graphics were on the Dreamcast, and I enjoyed the world of Sonic, not only Sonic. And I appreciated the fact that the Sonic team built this world around him and explained what it was. That's why, in my opinion, even though some others might have different opinions, Sonic Adventure 1 is the best 3D Sonic game. It really highlighted Sonic's world, not only him. And in my head, the Famitsu team appreciated that world that they created. They saw it as more than just, oh, a Sonic game. He didn't go fast well enough. He's more than that. He's obviously a lot more than that. He has a whole world. He's much more than just this thing that goes fast. By now, by his 25th birthday or whatever it is, he's a lot more than that. And Forces shows this element to it. It shows a serious world around him, and it shows how it's evolved, how it's changed into something without Sonic. That's actually what I love more than anything about Forces. The fact that it's making this world around Sonic, and everything's changing about it. And the characters are doing their own things, because they are their own characters. They're not just there to be part of Sonic's team. If Sonic wanted, he doesn't need to hang out with them. I get it. You want to make the best possible game ever. But there are also situations that a character goes through, and there are characters that are appropriate for that situation. So if Knuckles is too busy, if Tails is too busy, they can't just go with him and throw themselves in danger. You have to have someone that's willing to do it and that isn't really good at anything else. And that's the character you're playing. That's you. And people just don't get that. They don't get that's the reason why you should be excited for this. But hey, you gotta go fast, right? That gameplay was very special. The fact that you're going fast is because I saw the animated Sonic movie and I saw how fast he was going, and he's technically going in speed of sound. And to press the X button on the 360 and to hear the music slowly fade into nothing and showing the fact that you're going literally faster than the speed of sound, it blew my freaking mind. And it was a special moment. Most people, all they did was complain. It's kind of hard to traverse through the stage. I keep on falling, and there are some consequences. There's some sacrifices that you have to make. First of all, our eyes don't go as fast as Sonic's speed, so sometimes we'll miss something. So naturally, you're going to run into spikes ahead of you, and that happened plenty of times. But guess what? The next time I played the stage, I knew the spikes were coming, because trial and error. Now, I didn't go through any floors like I showed in the last video, but I learned from my mistakes, just like in Sonic Mania. Yeah, it was a special moment, and it was a great game. I had no complaints, even though the main character that you were with, I forgot his name, Chip? Right. I hated Chip. He was annoying. I thought his voice was annoying. That's it. And I appreciated the Werehog for what it was. It showed more of Sonic's world and more of what was possible in that world. And it was interesting to me. And I like seeing that because I liked reading the comic books as a kid, and I still like reading the comic books. Sonic's more than just a Blue Hedgehog. He's a character, guys. And I just wanted to leave you with that. And also the fact that there's more to come. Forces is just the beginning, and it obviously shows that there's a lot more on the horizon for this character. If they have Mania 2, and then Forces 2 come after, that would be just fine to me. That's Sega's plan, I think, to have those translate into each other and transition storylines into each other. Just like how Kingdom Hearts transitioned into Chain of Memories, and then that transitioned into Kingdom Hearts 2. It felt special. You played it on the go, and you felt like it was something you have. It felt like it was a story that was yours. But right now, I'm rationally saying that it's going to be awesome, and people that are hating just won't admit that they're wrong. And some people just see what they want to see. So just don't listen to them and have hope. Trust me, guys, it's worth it. This game seems like it's worth it, and it just looks awesome. And apparently there's positive reviews going out, and we should all be proud of ourselves. Just give yourselves a round of applause because you've supported this channel. You supported the game flawlessly. You've been positive throughout this entire thing, and I really appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.
Until the battle's won. What?